Dear students, today we are going to talk about transient current flowing through a CR circuit. Means a circuit which is having a capacitor and a resistance, then a steady EMF, that means DC source is connected to the circuit as shown in this figure, and for that we say that IC current flows through the circuit, and so the potential drop across capacitance plus the potential drop across the resistance together must be equal to the applied EMF E. This is the EMF of the cell which we have applied across in the circuit. So we can write EMF E is equal to Q upon C, and here we mention it as C. This C refers to the capacitive current. So capacitor current is IC. Here we have used the relation potential drop across the capacitance could be found out using the relation C is equal to Q by V. Therefore we have V is equal to Q by C. So potential drop across the capacitor is Q by C and potential drop across the resistance is IR. So we write it EMF E, applied EMF E is equal to Q by C plus IC R, where R is the resistance of the circuit and C is the capacitance of the capacitor. When the current starts flowing, you see the current, due to the flow of current, the charge gets accumulated on the capacitor, and finally the storing of charge on the capacitor saturates. Means now no further charge is getting deposited on the capacitor. This happens because when the potential drop across the capacitor becomes equal to the applied EMF, then flow of charge stops. So that means when the capacitor gets fully charged, the total charge on the capacitor will be the maximum, and we call it Q0, and of course the current flowing will be also 0. So we can write E is equal to Q by C, and that is a constant. So if we put the value of E in this equation, E is equal to Q0 by C, if we put this value over here, we get Q0 by C is equal to Q by C plus IC into R. And when we shift the Q by C value on left hand side, we get Q by C, Q0 minus Q divided by C equal to IC into R. And you know current is rate of flow of charge. That means we can write IC is equal to dQ by dt, where Q is the instantaneous charge deposited on the capacitor. And so we have dQ by dt. Now if you keep this dQ over there and carry Q0 minus Q on the right hand side and carry dt on the left hand side, we get dQ by Q minus Q0 minus Q equal to 1 by RC dt. On integrating both sides, what you see that we will get minus log Q0 minus Q to the base E equal to T by RC plus a constant which is known as integration constant. Well, you see this value of constant can be found when we take a case t equal to 0, means at the time of when we are switching on the circuit, at the time t is equal to 0, total charge on the capacitor will be 0, and then we have this term vanishing because t is 0, and this term q is 0, so we have k equal to minus log Q0 to the base E. And on putting this value of k in this equation, if we put the value of k, what you get is log Q0 minus Q to the base E equal to T by RC plus value of k, that is minus log Q0 to the base E. So if we hold this log q0 to the base e on the right hand side and take this on the right hand side and move shift this t by rc on the left hand side, we get minus t by rc equal to plus log q0 minus q to the base e minus log q0 by e to the base e, and that becomes finally equal to, since this will go in numerator and this will go in denominator, this is the law for rule for logs. You refer to the rules of the log. So we get log q0 minus q divided by q0 to the base e, and on taking the exponent of both the sides, what you see here, we have e to the power minus t by rc on taking the exponent, and on the right hand side we get exponent in log vanish, so the q0 minus q by q0 we get on the right hand side, and on the left hand side we get e to the power minus t by rc. On rearranging this, you see, on rearranging this we get this relation for the instantaneous charge deposited on the capacitor after a time lapse t will be given by q is equal to q0 1 minus e to the power minus t by rc. Here you see, if you take the value of t equal to rc, then you get rc divided by rc, that means this q becomes equal to q0 1 minus e to the power minus 1. Again we put the value of e to the power 1 equal to 2.718. You can take the value of e equal to e to the power 1 equal to 2.718. If you put the value of e here in this expression and taking t is equal to rc, you get e to the power minus 1, that going in the denominator becomes 1 minus 1 by e to the power 1, and for e to the power 1 we put the value. If we repeat the method as we have done earlier in case of LR circuit, and again we will find that the total instantaneous charge stored on the capacitor in a time t equal to rc will be 63.2% of the total charge to be stored on the capacitor finally. So that means we define this term capacitive time constant is that time in which the total charge deposited on the capacitor will be 63.2% of the total charge that capacitor will be holding when it is maximum charge deposited on it. So that is called time constant, capacitive time constant. And here again you see that capacitive time constant is directly proportional to the resistance in the circuit and directly proportional to the capacitance of the capacitor. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.